So good afternoon, Ronald. I am S.T. Levin. I am taking the topic of the subject of computer graphics and multimedia system. The topic is file formats for multimedia systems. So this is the list of the file formats we are currently available for them. The text formats, how we are using in the text format of files. It will be using a large supported documents we are using in the text files. And the rich text file format is the primary file formats for introduced in the year of 1987 by Microsoft, which will be a specification for the published of products, and it will be overcome within some cross-platform documents to this interchanging with the documentation set. And the plain text we are using in a lot of operating systems using for like Notepad and Unix we are using in Gedit or Nano, and text edit documents we are using on this. The plain text and the popular images are to using them to convey with an email supporting system. The next formation for the data are available from the sources throughout the text formation. The plain text will be applicable for using a large supported with the email application, and in Windows and using in Mac OS. This is the applications they are using on there. So next one is an image formats using in a TIFF file formats. So the TIFF is a tagged image file format. It will be supported with the desktop publishing. High quality output they have to provide it for that. So using almost all the software packages which will be available for the TIFF, it will be a compression method, and it will be comfortable for moving some of large files between the computers. So it will be communicate within some intranet within the system to connect it within the sharing we have to using for the TIFF file formats. Next one is in BMP. It will be called as in a bitmap file format. It will be initially using in a Windows 3.1. It's a quite large, and then some uncompressed images we are using in a BMP. So we are using for BMP, it will get in a high resolution and in a large images sizes we have to handle on this. The next one is in DIB, device independent bitmap file formats. The device independent is it will be using it based on color table. Introducing into this color table, we have the corresponding values within the pixels, and using RGB color values they have using on that. So it will be produced in some high emanating lighting sources we have to provide it. So next for this provided information to provide a lighting source, it will be applicable. The next one is in GIF. GIF is in a graphics interchange formats. So the GIF is in a mostly using a compressed image format. So most of the computer color images we are on the backgrounds we are using GIF files. The format is a standard suitable for graphics. That use in only some limited number of colors we are using. At the most popular format of the color photos, and in the 13-bit color lookup we have to using on that. So using in the GIF to identify the color values. The supported format is to widely using for large graphical usages memory management using. And the next one is in JPEG using joint photograph exports group. So this is the commonly used for loose compression for digital images. The degree of compression can be adjusted, and it works on good with the photographers and in some naturalistic artwork and similar material. But in functionless, we are using for lettering or live drawings or simple cartoons. We are using a JPEG formats. And the next one is in tag. So tag raw is the first popular for using in high resolution images. The tag is using in animation or video industry using on that. Next one is in portable network graphics. It's a PNG format. It is a less losses portable, and it will be using in some raster images storages, and then using for the replacement of GIF, and also to replace multi-common uses of TIFF files. The PNG works good with some online applications like website, and using some streaming of display options we have to using on that. So this is the extension for PNG using on that. The next is going on so digital video file formats is using in a wave format or an audio file formats. The most popular audio file formation the Windows for storing some uncompressed sound files. To attain some reduced file size, it can also be converted to other file formats like MP3 or using some OGG file conversion using the MPG is come with the most popular format for storing and downloading the musical apps. And then the MP3 is roughly compressed to the 1 to size of an equal wave file formats. The OGG is an open source container format that is designed for obtaining a better streaming and evolving at high-end quality digital multimedia applications. It can be compared to MP3 files in terms of the quality of conversions. The next one, The AF is an audio interchange file formats. So the audio file is developed for an Apple. So based on the usage of applications, every operating system provider, they have to provide some separate file system for that. Using the storing sound data for personal computers and other electronic audio devices, they have to provide it for particular type of file formats. The next one is in Windows video audio, which using some Windows application format, they have to provide for the Microsoft. It will be an extension for the with a media player extension. Next one is real audio formats. The real audio format is designed for streaming audio over the internet. The digital audio resources are usually stored as a computer file in computer's hard drive or a CD or a DVD. Besides, the variety of audio formats are available. The most common formats are wave formats and MP3 layer 3 formats are using MP3 or WMA or real audio formats we are using mostly. And then next one is the digital video formations. Using in a digital video formation is come to an audio and video interlevel sections. The AV is then video file format for Windows application. The sound and picture elements are stored in an alternate interlevel chunks in this file. Next is a MPG is a moving picture exports group. So it is using some international standard organization. The group of people to define this some particular formation or a compression technique using on that. The next one is data and file format standards. So there are a large number of standards: RTF, RTF, or RIFF, or musical instrument digital interfaces, and JPG, joint photograph export group, audio video interleaved file format. Next one is in twin. The twin is in a technology without any name interchanges. So how it is using on this formation extended for them. So mostly we are using in a rich text format to be extend the range of information for using in a one word processor application or some DTP system to another next one. The character will be supported within some implementations, and font table is a list of fonts are used. They have mapped for the fonts available in receiving application for displaying this next level. The color table also using on the map for displaying some receiving application to the nearer set of colors available to that applications. So the documentation format for an RTF is come with some margins and paragraph or indents are specified there. The section wise breakups are to specify some defining the group of paragraph are there. Next one is paragraph formatting. It will be specifying some style of sheets, and it will come to a color character for specifying the paragraph justification or tab position, left and right alignment, or the first instance relative to document margins. So the spacing between paragraphs, a lot of things are there. Next is the general formatting. It includes footnotes or annotations and bookmarks and pictures are there. The character formatting is included in some normal characters we are using on the bold or italic or underline and strike through the shadow text, outline text and the hidden text we are using on that. Some special characters are included in some hyphens and the spaces or backslashes and so on. So we are using on that. So this is the characteristics we are using for some character formations. So the TIFF is in a level, recently we are using in a level of version of 6 we are using in a TIFF formation. So the TIFF formation is come to in a grayscale or a palette color, the RGB full color images and black and white images are there. The next thing come to an to run with the encoding and some improper or compressed images and modified Huffman data compression schemes we are using on that. So the additional formats are to be available for the images and compression scheme, or using with the images for CMKV or YBC. There are a lot of color models we are using in a TIFF file formats. So the file format, the structure will be available for the header consists of the byte ordering of the flag, and then a TIFF formats the version number and pointer to a table will be available. The pointer images will be come to some directory to contain within a table of entries, or to the various tags and other informations will be available for the pictures. The next one, this is the TIFF structure are there. So the Intel or the Motorola byte order will be applicable to total for a location base will be in 4 bytes, or a number of bytes will be assigned within 8 bytes are there. The image directory will be applicable to the version number will be 2 bytes. The pointer to the first image or the file directory will be in 4 bytes of the information. So the directory will be stored for based on this condition. It will be applied and stored on there. So this is the classes for 5 classes. Class B for binary images, F for faxes, and class G for grayscale images, class D for palette or color images. Next one is a class R for RGB full color images are there. So based on some categories we are using on there. So using in the next come to an RIFF. So the file format consists of blocks of data called chunk. So the each and every chunk will be defined with some information. To embed with a location or copy of write of information, and then to creating in a date. So the chunk will be provided for to allow within some additional information to the primary chain, to keep within some information for primary which will be acted on that. The first chunk in a refined format must be a RIF chunk, and it may contain one or more subchunks will be available. The first 4 bytes of the RIF chunk data field are allocated for the form type of the field containing 4 characters. The AVI or WAV or RMI or PAL and so on, the list of files using. So this is the format type extension for that. The wave file is using in a WAV, or AVI will be audio video interleaved file will be called as an AVI, or an MIDI file, musical instrumentation digital interface will be called as RMI file, or a device independent bitmap file will be called as an RDI. So palette file is called as an .pal. This is the file extension we are using on the for the multimedia systems. The subchunk to contain within 4 characters of ASCII string to tend to identify the type of data. The 4 bytes of size contain the count of data and the values of the data. The structure of information will be also called the file type of or the format of the file extension to the table. Waveform audio file are using in a WAV, or an audio video interleaved file is called as a .avi file, or MIDI file called as a .rmi file, or a device independent bitmap file is called as an .rdi, or a palette file is called as .pal file. This is the file extension we are using under. The subchunk will be contained with the 4 character of ASCII format string to using under to help with them to identify of data, and 4 bytes of contains with the count of data, values and the data's information. The structure of chunk is same as all other chunks will be applicable. The RIF chunk will be first 4 characters of the RIF chunk will be reserved for the RIF format, and then ASCII string. The next 4 byte define the total data sets will be there. The first 4 characters of the data field are reserved format of types using in the rest of the data field to contain within chunk format or data. The format will be consistent of the recording of characteristics, and the data will be consistent for the waveform. The next one, the list chunk will be using in a RIF chunk may contain within 1 or more list of chunks are there. The list chunk are allow or embedding additional files, the information such as achievement of locations and copyright information, creating date or description of the content of the formats. The RIF MIDI file format is called as RMD, or a subchunk called as data or for MIDI data. The 4 bytes are for an ID of the RIF chunk will be applicable to the 4 bytes or for the size of 4 bytes or from a form of 4 bytes or for an ID of the subchunk. The data may be in the 4 bytes for the size of MIDI data also. Next, the RIF of DABS structure are the first 4 will applicable to the 4 bytes for a bitmap folder or an RGB quad or a pixels. The bitmap will be come to within some information for the header. RGB quad equation using in a color table structure. The pixel are using within some bitmap, pixels of bitmap structure will be there. So this is the RIF structure there. The next side is going on containing within a bitmap header, or the bitmap information will be how to be calculated within a bitmap information, or bitmap information plus header plus RGB quad equations we are using there. So all the structure of bytes are will be allocated for the 4 bytes of information. The remaining everything will be come together. Each and every information will be stored in a 4 bytes. The description of the subchunk also in a 4 byte of data, or XYZ or something whatever it may be using in RDA, we are using within only in a 4 bytes for the addresses. The next one, the MIDI is using in a 2 type of chunks we are using MIDI. One is in header chunk, another one is in a track chunk. Next one is in a MIDI header chunk is in a 14 bytes of data. The first 4 is in MTH HD, and the second 4 bytes is in a header chunk for a fixed value of 61. So this is the bytes will be allocated for the last 6 bytes of the content for data for header chunk. The next one is in track chunk will be in total 8 bytes. The first 4 characters is in identifier. The second 4 bytes contain within a track length. So this is the header chunk or a track chunk length. Or MIDI communication will be protocol based on channel messages and then system messages. The number of bytes are to be using on that. The next one is in using some different formation we are using in a channel and in a header chunks. So next one is a Twine architecture. Using another Twine architecture, we are designed for some interfaces called the generic Twine architecture interfaces. So using a Twine architecture, we are using some interface scanners or digital still cameras or video cameras we are using. So using a Twine structure, the technology without an interchange of names. So we are using the working of groups or forming them some different interfaces we are using within the different type of interfaces are getting in some input devices from that. So next one is Twine structure are there, the application, protocol or acquisition or the device layer. So this is the structure are there. Application layer is in user application 1 and 2 or the Twine code is in based on their source manager. So this is the structure for the protocol layer. The next one is an acquisition layer. So this is the layer will be come to an end for the protocol session. We may get in some different formats. The source manager manage all those session between an application and the sources to monitor the data acquisition transaction, and the protocol layer is come with some containing information. So this is the architecture for the Twine architecture style. Next one. So this is the some way we have to communicate with the data and file formations. So in this end of the session, if you are having any doubts or whatever the classifications or list of file formats are there, we are using some different type of file formats using TIFF or RTF, rich text or PDF or lot of file formations using. So using some different file formation or type of standard methods we are using for entering the information. So the types of error we can get it with them. So misplaced that files are using with them some proper extension for the files, we can collectively get the information from there. So this is the session for the file formats. And thank you.